And mortgages. My name is Ted Hicks, and it's my pleasure as always to introduce my co-host, Craig Yace and Scott Benson. What's up, fellas?
What's going on, man?
How does it feel to have the number one real estate show in Corona, California, Craig?
Man, it's so cool. I mean, and our viewership is growing. It's awesome.
It's great.
It's probably doubled since we started.
Maybe quadrupled.
I would say at least.
It's kind of intense. It's kind of intense. And when we miss a week for various reasons, and I apologize to our viewers. Sorry. The number one show is back. We're not going anywhere. We're delivering hot off the press information, and we're excited to be back in the hot seat talking about Corona, California. Because, Craig, if you're going to make anywhere home,
make coronahome.com.
And that's on the interwebs.
On the interwebs, that's right.
Somebody's watching your reels.
Like I said, doubled.
Hey, and you know, I have to tell you, CNBC came out with an article a couple days ago, maybe even just a day ago.
On our show?
What?
On our show?
Well, kind of. It has to do with our show.
Yeah.
And it ranked the cities in the country where people are the happiest.
Oh, I see.
And I have a bone to pick with them because, you know, California often has several cities that rank the highest, and the two highest ranking cities happen to both be in California. One of which is San Jose, and the other is, oh my God, I can't remember what it was, but neither one of which was Corona. And you know what? I think it should be on the list. So Corona did not make it from watching 10. San Jose and
come on,
yeah,
come on, CNBC, come on,
yeah. CNBC needs to get their act together because this was clearly not correct. I just want you guys to know I'm on it.
Fun fact. And let me dovetail it into this.
Fremont and San Jose. That's what it was. Okay.
Fremont. Yeah. Who doesn't like Fremont?
I mean, you know, Fremont is the Bay Area, Corona, California. If you think about it, it's very similar.
There we go.
I was going to say something about Arizona, you know, with the next earthquake, but you know, that's something different. That's for another day.
That was your fun fact. Because earthquakes are fun facts.
Fun fact: Corona was, when I first got into real estate, and it was a while ago, was ranked I think it was the number one large city in California, maybe America, California at least. Okay, so I can promise that. And here's the twist on that fun fact. Somebody tried to troll me on Instagram, and they said, "Oh, you're just a realtor from this, you know, this small town." And I'm like, I mean, I know it's not like you know, Los Angeles where there's 5 million people in the freaking city, but but it's a good sized city for by any standard. Actually,
I wonder per capita though, you actually have more reach or more people under you because there's maybe less realtors, like say in Los Angeles proper versus Corona, California. So how many people in your city do you service compared to somebody over there?
Yeah,
I bet it's stronger.
Good point.
Good point.
I mean, it sounds good. I don't know if it's right, but it sounds good. All right.
So here I am with lights again. I changed everything. You see, I've got that could be fun. You like my?
No, I like your lights. Your lights look good. You've got.
Well, I was hoping to go with the Scott lighting because just over there, if you remember, you know, this is like 180 degrees from the last time. They're blinds that I used to have to shut and keep the light from coming in, but it's raining. So I was hoping to have all this natural light and get that fan blowing my hair, kind of like Scott with his natural light, but now I got to go with the fake stuff.
It looks good.
Yeah.
It looks good. I like it. I like the light.
I started the show with a big light above me, bright, you know, just beaming on me.
Yeah.
And now I let my glow handle it. So that red tint you got that's on there, don't adjust your screen. It's me.
Well, no, since you moved into the new Real Estate Mortgage Insiders location, corporate location,
Yep.
it's I've enjoyed the background, and I love your office.
In
So,
fact, this is our international headquarters.
international headquarters. Here we go.
International, nice.
So, without further ado, the most anticipated segment of our show.
Yes.
Thank you, Craig. One of us has something in common with Elizabeth Warren.
And Ted, I know she's one of your, top, somebody you really idolize. So,
Well, don't give out too many hints.
all right, I won't.
Don't spoil it.
Don't tease it out too much.
One of us used to work in a physical therapy clinic and has a college degree in kinesiology. And one of us convinced the pastor at their wedding to allow there to be dancing.
You can't dance nowadays? That's weird.
I don't know. That one I don't understand.
Sounds like something that a former DJ might need to try to work on. I don't know.
First dance.
I'm just guessing.
Father-daughter dance.
There's all kinds
mother-son
of dances. Yeah.
The money dance. The chicken dance. How many dances can I name? Who can beat me on this game?
There's a ton of them, so I don't know.
All right, Craig. So today we got some data on housing, and for the third month straight, we have seen an increase in new houses going into contract. In fact, it was almost 1% rise. So further supporting that the housing market is strong. We are 1 quarter into the year. How are we looking today in Corona?
So further proof that the housing market is strong. The resale market is crazy. We've got, I think we've got 148 homes active in the Corona market right now. You take out the condos and townhouses and just have single family homes, and that reduces that number by 30. So if you're looking for a single family detached home in Corona, man, the supply is low. In the last 30 days, 168 sold. So, no, I'm sorry, 138 sold. So 10 less than is active. That means if everything sold today, not one more home hit the market, we're out of inventory. We've got a month's worth of inventory, which by every standard is a screaming hot market. And to further prove this thing out and put a cherry on the top of it, I was helping somebody advertise a couple of listings, one that was priced at $618,800 or something like that, so $620,000. It's a 1,300 square foot house, and somebody else at $995,000. It was a 22, almost 2,300 square foot house, which that's kind of a pricey home for that square footage, even in Corona. Both homes sold in 2 days.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah. So I started the advertising. I had to pull it back. I was like, darn it, all the time.
Exactly. Craig.
Yes, sir.
We've demonstrated through our show all the time how tech is really taking over.
Yeah.
With our cameras and our ability to share screens. Well, today I'm actually going to share some tech.
Oh, cool.
Ted's tech tip of the day.
Ted's tech tip. Ooh,
You like that?
Yeah.
I like it.
All right. So I'm going to share my screen. And we all know that Chat GPT is all the buzz, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chat AI. Craig, have you used it yet?
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna show for the realtors that are watching or the other mortgage brokers out there just some ideas on how to create content. And
in fact, my whole presentation today is Chat GPT.
Is it?
This is not even me. This is
Are you
Chat
AI?
GPT with a couple others.
I thought it was you because there's been a couple of glitches where you've kind of tweaked and like froze, and I wondered if you were AI.
Deep fake.
So
I'm going to take my jacket off. Don't get too excited here, boys.
Uh-oh. Here comes the show. As an expert in real estate, list top 10 reasons to move to Corona, California. Mention Lucille Hall. Now, I know I didn't spell that right, but I have other tools that tell me I'm not spending. Let's go. Let's see what it does.
Before it gives you an answer, affordable homes, great for families, near big cities.
Affordable housing, number one.
All
Craig,
right.
great weather. What else? Proximity to major cities. Corona's going to be located. So as you can see, it gives you some excellent information regarding Corona. And now we're gonna play with it, guys.
Hey, while GPT is doing its thing, Corona, a lot of people don't know this, and you alluded to it before, but we are 40 minutes from the beach. We're 60 minutes from the mountains, 40 minutes from the wineries down in Temecula. There's not a better place to be, is there?
No.
Right.
No, I drew truly, I mean, especially for families and so forth. So Ted, I thought you were actually going to dive into a different portion of this because it's really interesting to me, some of the more advanced systems that are out there. You can use AI to do some of your social media planning and writing of scripts but this is great because I mean, it is, evidence of how quickly you can go out and produce stuff. But what I like is if you do something like this, and then it kind of gives you the top points you may want to consider, and then you take Craig, who knows his market so well, as an expert in Corona, and because it'll put a lot of really super general stuff in there, and then you can add all those real specifics that are, that I think people really want to know, because chat can sometimes get really general in what it writes up.
Yep. I'm going to add to it now. Use these posts to create an email to a potential buyer from Realtor Craig Yace. Make it personable. And look, we're not going to sit here and just play Chat GPT all day, but just to show the power of what we can do. And then on top of that, we're going to be introducing some systems. One is called Six Sigma Systems, and it's a real estate platform. And it has Chat GPT built into it. Man, I cannot say that. In it. And in the coming weeks, we're going to start showing how that's a tool that we use and how we incorporate it into our mortgage and real estate business. So as you can see here, just created a letter from Craig. It's nice and personal, talking about all the benefits of living in Corona. So if you're like me and you're not good at typing emails, but you're good at concepts, this is a great tool to use. And it just never stops. You can use this to those top 10 tips. You can export them into Canva. You can do a bulk export into Google Docs, do a bulk CSV download out of Google Sheets, import that into Canva. Go into Canva and say, I want to create a top 10 tips list. And then you can use that and bulk create it all at once. Then you take it into Six Sigma Systems, into our calendar, our scheduler. And I don't know if you guys follow I know you guys do, our Real Estate Mortgage Insider Instagram, but every Monday you see a credit tip on there. I created that with this tool and that planner, and it goes out for the next 12 weeks.
Yeah,
so that's how powerful you can use these tools. Again, we have other mortgage brokers, realtors watching this. This is just a taste of the tools that you can do to help improve your business.
Yep.
So, all right, Craig, do we have any interesting communities to talk about inside the lovely city of Corona?
Yeah. So, I don't know that it's got a name, but I know you're going to get on your map. Look for Hidden Springs. I think it's Hidden Springs Road.
Okay.
And so there's an area of Corona. I know I've brought it up before. It's called South Corona, not to be confused with what I call Deep South Corona, which I kind of live in. But anyway, this part of South Corona proper is kind of like, so if I've got somebody, most of the people looking in Corona are coming from Orange County. They're trying to get a newer home at a lower price.
Right.
So I equate South Corona to Irvine East. It's very well laid out, very clean, beautiful part of the city. Prices are great. And then just outside of that, you've got this Hidden Springs area. And these are not the only premier homes, but they are some really nice homes. Used to be all agricultural, and a lot of builders came in and said, hey, I want to build. Well, they built some one-offs. There was one house I mentioned before. It's 10,000 square feet with 18-person theater inside.
Wow.
And
Is it Hidden Springs Drive or Road? Am I in the right area?
Well, that's it. So yeah, I think it's Drive. Zoom out again. And see, did you see that house? Holy!
That's what I was showing you. It looks like its own lake. Look at that.
Yeah. So if zoom out a little bit more, I think that's on one person's property, actually.
Yeah. Oh, the tennis court.
Yeah, some fantastic homes. And then there are some homes like Toll Brothers came in like 2006 and started building some homes on 1 acre lots. Minimum, there was one that was 2.5 acres. And these are big 4,300 square foot homes. Just spectacular homes.
These are great, Craig.
Huh?
These are great.
Yeah, great views from some of them. Really quiet part of town. There's a gated community there of some other homes. I remember driving up to the Toll Brothers homes and I saw a house with just sticks sticking up in the air. You know, it was just framing it out. And I'm like, man, that's going to be a 15,000 square foot house. You know how big it was?
15.5.
14,998 square feet.
Oh my God, 2 feet off. That's awesome.
Wow, Craig.
2 feet off on 2 acres. Anyway, just a stellar area. And that's where we have some of the, baseball people and, some of the famous people that just kind of want to get away from the main city, but they're close enough that shopping's just a little bit away. And of course, Instacart is probably what they use now.
That is really cool. Craig,
yeah, a really cool area.
Yeah.
And there's a home on the market right now. Yeah, nice. Isn't that great?
Tell me about this house. Let's look it up.
The most expensive home there. In fact, I think it's right across the street from a friend of mine. And they're asking $2.99999 million.
So I can buy a house like that for $2 million?
Three.
Over in that neighborhood like that?
Yeah.
What's the list? Do you have the address or the street, or is it hidden?
It's actually on Hidden Springs.
Okay.
I can pull it up.
Let's look at it.
Now, here's the really unique part of that. Oops, am I in the right one? Oh, no. Here we go. Really unique thing is that these homes are real close to just the normal everyday home, which used to be from 5 to 700. Now it's like from 7 to 8 or 900. But let's see. Ooh, that's beautiful too. 2.7, man. Hidden Springs. Here we go. It's 1400 Hidden Springs Drive. It's been on the market for a while, so it's probably a little overpriced, but it's on a huge chunk of land, so they probably think they're, worth it.
Wow, look at that.
Real close, there's one for 1.8, and it's 6,600 square feet. Not too shabby.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, big chunk of property there.
So gate, big driveway.
24.5 acres.
Oh yeah, so it's outdated. Needs to be updated.
Yeah.
Hey Scott, tell them you want your chair back.
Huh?
Tell them you want your rocker back. Yeah, definitely needs to be updated. Man, what would this house, Craig? If somebody came in and wanted to update this, how much do you think it would go for if it was updated?
Well, again, I'd get some money off the price.
Yep.
I mean, it's been on for what, 1.5 years?
Oh wow, got a rock climbing wall.
So I'd shave some money off, and then you could probably put it back on the market, update it, and I don't know, you'd probably get 4.5, 5 million if it was
Wow.
done right.
I see a project for us, Scott.
I do.
I'm telling you, Craig.
I like it.
We all go in on it.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'll cover a quarter of the payment. You cover the down payment, and we'll use Scott's credit score. There we go. Very cool, Craig. I like that. You know what? Every time we do this show, I just get blown away about Corona, California. It's so new to me. Scott, did you know about Corona much before we started the show with Craig?
You know, a little bit. I sincerely, not as much as I've learned from Craig. I driven through it, and as Craig said, you blink while you're cruising on the highway at 75, and you're through it, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's a great area, and I think the location is awesome, especially now for people that can do telecommuting. I mean, that's the way to go.
I would definitely consider living there for sure.
Well.
Now I lost the live stream. Oh, there it is. There it is. I found it. Okay.
Okay, there we go.
All right. So yeah, beautiful. And then again, homes for the normal people are just a stone's throw away. So
the normal people.
Yeah. Yeah.
The peasants.
The peasants. Those people that can afford a measly $700,000 or $800,000.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
What's the deal with short-term rentals over there? Are you guys allowed to do Airbnb in Corona, California?
Haven't even looked into it. I don't think it's a great spot for that. I don't know. I'm not the Airbnb specialist, but my thought is you want to be close to a convention center, airport, the beach, some kind of a recreation.
Of a destination.
Like I said, it's a bedroom community. So never even crossed my mind.
Sure. Any major hospitals?
Yeah. Stay away.
Yeah. I hear people are dying to get into it. Hi-oh.
They're dying to get out, actually.
Dying to get out? Yeah, that too.
Yeah. So, Irvine Medical Center is just a helicopter ride away. So,
well, no, the reason why I asked because short-term rentals do really well close to hospitals. Unfortunately, people are going. Yeah.
There's a hospital nearby. There's also a large Kaiser in Riverside. So I think Riverside would probably be a little bit more, better suited for that kind of thing.
What are you about 20 minutes from Riverside?
Yeah. Yep. From that hospital, 15, 20 minutes. Yep.
How far are you from Irwindale?
Good question. I don't know. Where's Irwindale?
You don't know Irwindale?
No. Is it up in the mountains?
No.
Oh.
Irwindale, don't they have a raceway there? Irwindale Speedway?
Is that...
That's where I was confusing. When I previously talked about NASCAR, there's two spots. Mm-hmm. Irwindale was one of them, and the other one was just outside of Rancho Cucamonga, and I can't remember what the name of it is, but I can look it up.
Oh, it's Fontana.
Yeah, Fontana. Yeah. Those are the two. But Irwindale at one point, the Raiders were going to build a stadium there. It's where they have the big hole, and they were going to build the Raider Stadium, and it was a big deal. Then they ended up losing the deal. That was probably back in the 80s, early 90s.
Oh, wow. That long ago.
Irwindale. Not too far from Miller's Brewery.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So going toward LA.
Yeah, it's off the 215.
Yep.
And then 215 cuts over to that freeway, whatever that is, and then that one.
Yeah.
I'm going from distant memories.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that now.
All right. Let's talk about where we're going to visit, because I know you've got something really cool, and I know I've got the most badass place to talk about today. But I'm going to wait for you guys to tell me some cool places to go to.
Okay. Am I first? Yeah,
because
mine's going to pale in comparison. Again, Corona's bedroom community, not tons of things to do. Great Mexican restaurants, some other good restaurants. There's a good Italian, but we do have a little bit of outdoor activity. There's Skyline Trail, which is a very popular hiking trail. You'll see people there every day and lots of people on the weekends. There is the Corona Lake where you can go fishing. It's just outside the city limits, but you go fishing there. You do light boating. I don't think it's major boating. And we've got a great zip line. And just outside of Corona, there's also a paintball and they do paintball. What's the other?
Airsoft.
Airsoft. Yep, airsoft place. A fun fact on that, or a funny story anyway. A friend of mine got married, and his brother planned his bachelor party, and it started at 6:30 in the morning, waking him up, throwing some clothes at him, and saying, "Get dressed in this." They blindfolded him. What they gave him were some almost short shorts. They were these nylon shorts with Mr. Bubble on them. So blue, green, pink, some neon shirt, like a tank top, I think, and socks and shoes. What he didn't know was we were going paintballing. And
oh, wow.
so anybody that knows paintball, you want to put as much clothing on as possible.
Oh, yeah.
The baggier, the better. He was in these tight clothes, and man, he got beat.
Woo! That's a rough way to go. You know, you want to be the person that's hanging out in that really camouflage spot, trying to pick off people every once in a while if you're dressed like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and they made him run through, and we all got to take pot shots. And I'm going to see if I can find a picture while Scott's laying his out.
Well, Craig, the bigger question, Craig, is did they let him dance at his wedding?
Oh yeah, he got to dance, and he actually pulled it off. He did really, really well.
Very cool. Scott, your location.
All right, so I'm going to kind of stick with kind of the theme that Craig had there, and I really like. There's a place called Center One that is near LAX, good for adults and kids to do rock climbing. They've got an amazing array of formations and walls. They've got if you've got kids, they've got this kind of junior version of it where it's like it's rock climbing that works for younger kids, and it's a great way to get them introduced to that sport. And it's a lot of fun there. And then there's also, now that's right near LAX. And then if you come a little bit closer to where I am, we're down to the beach, there's a place called Hangar 18. And Hangar 18 is another big gym. It doesn't have necessarily some of the same height that you got at Center One near LAX, but beautiful place. So, you work off some calories before we go to Ted's spot, which I'm sure is going to be a great place for food or drink or both, right?
Oh, it's got everything. But I want Craig. Do you have your picture ready, Craig?
No, I can't find it.
Okay. All right. So I have the benefit of sharing the screen, so I'm going to bring up some stuff here. Let's see. Explore the menu. Let's go to here. There is a place inside Cosmopolitan called Super Frico. Super Frico is part of Spiegelworld. Spiegelworld puts on a number of shows in Las Vegas. They have OPM, they've had Absence, they've had, I'm just looking at the list here, Atomic Saloon Show, Circus Town, a variety of different shows. Now, what is really cool about this is, I'm going to show you here, hold on. You got to see me. Let's see, I'm going to bring this over to here. Did that show up in the screen? It did not. So I have to share that individual thing. Hold on, guys. I'm going to share this entire window. Here we go. All right. You recognize him?
Yep.
Woo!
So inside their restaurant, it's in the back end of one of their large stage shows. And you get the performers about every 10 minutes coming through and performing right in the middle of your restaurant.
Wow.
So not only do you have amazing food, It's a Italian restaurant. I mean, most restaurants in Vegas are honestly, the food is off the charts. And this was no exception. The food was amazing. The art in there is crazy. It did not disappoint in any manner at all. Now, they have multiple rooms in there. The room where the backstage of the show is called the departure room. So you can sit in there. They got another bar. It's isolated. You come in just for drinks, appetizers, and you will see the performers backstage as they get ready to go on to the show behind the curtain. They have another room called the ski lodge, and it's like being in a ski lodge up in the mountains where you have s'mores being made, you have hot chocolate and cocktails and all sorts of different things. A few different rooms, different artifacts. Scott, you're cracking up over there. What's going on?
No. I'm thinking about something that's coming. So no, go ahead. Just
Got it. Okay. I'm like, Scott is, I mean, I know I'm entertaining, but this isn't that funny. And Scott's cracking up. So that is Super Frico. Had a phenomenal experience. Even walking in, it's almost like to a speakeasy. There's 2 doors. There's a big line. You walk in, and you walk into a rotunda of doors, like 5 doors. And there's one door that gets you into the restaurant. The other one goes to the ski lodge. And the other ones, I don't know where they go. I haven't tried. So that is Super Frico. I encourage you guys to check it out. It's a blast.
Now you told me about that one, and that's one I definitely want to check out in Vegas on a trip up there. That sounds amazing. So
that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready to reveal?
Well, first thing, so you mentioned somebody that has kinesiology in their college degree, right? So
otherwise known as kinesiology, yes.
Okay, well, since I was well, what I was going to say is, since I don't know what it means, that's definitely not me. So we'll start there. So Ted, who is that?
No, I can't. I can't. That's got to be the last one that's revealed, and you'll know why at the end.
All right. Well, then I'll pick up what mine is then. Okay. So I thought for the longest time, because if you see in this video, I have a very prominent nose, and
get out of here.
I'm relatively dark skinned, and I never look really light, no matter what. I go out in the sun, I immediately tan. So I thought for the longest time, because my mom told me, my parents were divorced when I was really young. My mom told me that I had some Indian blood in me, and then I on an occasion saw my father and found out from him that no, I don't have Indian blood. And so when I heard Elizabeth Warren and her, let's kindly call it a story that she thought may have been true.
My mom told her.
I laughed because I said, "Hey, there you go. I thought I was Indian." So hey, that's what I share in common with Elizabeth Warren.
Got it. Got it. Craig,
I'm still looking for that picture, but I guess I'm going to abandon it right now to tell you that. Okay, I don't have phenomenal negotiating skills. They're not bad, but I don't use them nefariously. Let's just put that out there. All right. I don't think even the best negotiator, I don't think they could convince somebody to do something they don't already want to do, or convince somebody to not do something they don't want to do, to do something, you know what I mean? All right. So that out of the way, my father-in-law, who at this time had been a pastor for, I think, 38 years, very set in his ways, very set in the denomination. Oh, that sounds fun.
Is that from the wedding?
No.
I was trying to pull up your.
I thought you were cueing the music, man.
There we go.
Not yet. So he said, no dance. And we're like, what? The biggest part of that is the money dance. I mean, come on, we're young, broke, trying to get out there and see. By the way, I'll have to let you know that there were 400 people invited to this wedding. 300 of them were probably his guests, all with a very similar mindset. So he had reputation at stake. He had 38 years of indoctrination, that dance was evil. and you know it's the whatever they think. And I said, Simon, I don't know if you guys know any old Bible stories, but King David, you know, the Israelites went out and they recaptured the ark, the same ark of the covenant that was in what was that movie with the whip? What was it?
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, right?
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
So they bring the ark back, and King David is super excited. So he takes off all his clothes down to an ephod, which is basically his, you know, his tidy whities. Yes. And he's dancing around, and you know, so I said, Simon, the one person who God said, you don't have it right, was not David. It was his wife, and she's not transgender, as far as we know, Michal. And Michal's womb was closed up because she had such indignation for David and how he was dancing freely before the Lord. And I said, we know, because David set the example, that dance is not bad. And it took a couple of weeks, but he did come around and say, all right, I'll pay for the wedding. You can have the dance. And so we did. We're excited. We had the tree all made. We're ready to go. Fired up the music, announced the dance, and about 300 people left.
Wow. Really? Wow.
That's when the party started. And that's when the party started.
So fast, I couldn't believe it.
Well, Craig, you probably shouldn't have danced in order like David, and they probably would have stayed.
Oh, you're probably right. I did it wrong.
Yeah.
My hair was probably as long as his.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You had the long hair. How old were you when you got married, Craig?
Well, I was 27. My wife she had just turned 22. Great robbery, yeah.
Very cool. That was what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, right.
Yep, there we go.
All right.
I'm 30, man.
All right. Well, obviously we know the guy.
Wait a minute.
What?
Wait.
Oh.
Now.
Almost 30. Oh, what?
Yes.
Is that what it was? What did you do?
My degree.
Oh, his. Oh, I got it. I'm sorry.
No, Craig, it's all right. Yeah, and the final answer is, I am the one that has the degree in kinesiology, which is a study of human movement. I had the pleasure of learning the body inside out. And at the time, I was going to be a physical therapist. So I went. I used to work in physical therapy clinics, and I worked hands-on with patients. One of them, who I have fond memories of, had a stroke, and I would assist him as an aide and push him through exercises and different things. And I will never forget, because every time he saw me, I reminded him of somebody else, and that somebody else was a guy named Dan Moore. So he would see me, and, hey, Dan Moore. So for the Real Estate Mortgage Insiders, Scott Benson, Craig Yace, I'm Dan Moore. Have a great day, everybody.